And now, it's time for Socially Awkward Media with Levack and Goz. Awkward on 104.5 The Team.
Socially Awkward Media brought to you by For Your Convenience. 3rd Ave and Waterville Eats. They recycle your empty bottles and cans. We recycle your tweets and posts. This week, so I'm really good friends with the owner over there. He just happened to want to do stuff with the show, but we go way back.
Yeah.
And he lives near me and goes to shop every day, so he'll pick up my bottles and cans, probably because he realizes how many of them there are. So the other day, like during that windstorm, I get a text. He's like, "What, did Odell Beckham Jr. party in your backyard? There's like a hole in my fence. Cans are everywhere." I'm like, yep, a bunch of shirtless giants running around my yard. That's what happened.
You're the reason they lost the playoff game.
I am.
Thanks a lot.
I had the secondary over, too.
Again, it is Socially Awkward Media. It is the best, the worst, the most confusing of social media this past week on 104.5 The Team. If you want to be a part of Socially Awkward Media, you can do it all week long, just not on Thursdays. Anytime you want to tweet into the show, you can.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff's from earlier.
Oh, yeah. At 104.5 The Team on Twitter. At the Jeff Levack is Levack's account. My account, Goz, at Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ. And also post on our Facebook page, facebook.com/1045 The Team. We're going to start here with Jack. Jack passed this along to me. He wrote, "There is no way Houston, the Texans, will come back to win this game. Yet, for the next hour, degenerates will be glued to the television. Hashtag why gambling is great."
I'll tell you when you say something wrong.
That's the power of the NFL, right? Even a blowout game, people are not tuning away.
Well, it does. It does give you a reason to pay attention. I mean, like if it wasn't for fantasy football, I would gamble a lot more. You know what I mean? Like, if it's fantasy football, I'm going to keep watching. Even in the postseason, there's a lot of sites where you can do fantasy football.
Well, even with fantasy football, that is a form of gambling for some people, investing for others, because those blowout games, let's say someone throws a 35-yard pass and in garbage time, that's 2 points in fantasy, 1.5 points in fantasy, and can decide something.
Right, yeah. So, I don't know why you want...
Thank you, Jack. You're right.
Right. Thank you.
We'll move on to our guy, Michael George here. Michael George wrote, "Mike Glennon is Bryce Petty through beer goggles."
Mike Glennon is Bryce Petty. So Glennon is not as good as Petty.
I guess so. I mean, Mike Glennon's bigger and taller and I guess in better
More
looking.
starts.
Is that what beer goggles means?
No. Beer goggles would mean that you think he's better looking because you're drunk.
Yeah, which I don't agree with. If that's the case. I would say Mike Glennon's better than Bryce Petty. He would look better. Bryce Petty's Mike Glennon through beer goggles. Michael George.
Turn that around. I like that, Michael George. No, I mean, I can see where he's coming from, though, because you would... Petty's still got a higher upside, right? You know, Glennon's only 27. I think they're the same damn dude, if we're being perfectly honest. You develop them right, you got a quarterback. You don't develop them right, you got a contract issue.
Sticking with the beer goggle analogy, we're both talking 1:30 at night, lights off, girls. Is that what you're getting at here? In the bar, don't turn the lights on.
Like at 10 o'clock at night, you're like, nah, girl, get away. At 2 o'clock in the morning, you're like, all right, you're the only one left.
Also, Michael George wrote this in about you, Levack. Levack, the reason you don't look good in a 10-gallon hat is because you have a 12-gallon head.
I don't have a super... See, that's a misconception. Everybody thinks I have this, like, giant head. I have my hat size is 7.5.
Mine also is 7.5.
It's a very average size head.
I didn't think...
I'm telling you it's average, okay? I don't care what everybody else thinks.
I didn't realize my head was so big until someone had my headphones on today, and they're like, dude, how big is your head? But I think it's the flow that is...
Yeah, it's that giant
flow
poof of hair in the front.
Flow.
It's like what is it on the front of a rooster? Because you just have one, like your head is shaved everywhere but one like poofy part in the front.
The flow. The flow is what you're
trying to say. Is that what we're calling it?
We're calling it the Goz. Or the Bieber, whatever you want to call it.
Is it like flow because like Geico, you need insurance, it's so bad?
It's great. I've got compliment after compliment about my hair.
But they're laughing when they said it.
A lot of people were drinking when they said it. So many were drinking. Richard on Twitter writes in, not to make light of the Sienna situation, but when I was watching, I was waiting for the Stone Cold Steve Austin music and Grayson Allen to storm out of the crowd.
My God! Look out, Pencil! Grayson Allen! Grayson Allen's gonna shake your hand!
Good for Richard remembering that for a full week previous when we talked about Grayson Allen being the ultimate bad guy in college basketball, trying to ruin everything.
We should do that in the halls here. Like every time, just like walk up, slap a coffee out of someone's head. Like just you walking through the halls, and just like literally, just we're walking along, slap a coffee, come out of somebody's hand, and keep walking.
Gosh, just tripped Vinny the traffic guy. Vinny's down.
He's blocked.
We should do a whole thing about that. Poor people in our office getting tripped like Grace and Ellen by us. That's a great idea.
We had a guy who worked here in the office, like he was a sales guy, and if you were ever standing there with anything in your hands, like papers, or even like one time it was a laptop, he would walk up and slap it out of your hand and scream "nerd" and keep walking.
Here's the part.
He wasn't here very long.
Here's the part of socially awkward media where I start to get crushed. Mike wrote in, "Zombie is epic. Alice in Chains is awesome. RETM, STP, Metallica. Come on, guys."
You don't even know what the initials are, do you?
Alice in Chains, I knew.
Yep. Rage Against the Machine.
Metallica, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Parsons Project. Alan Parsons Project. Is that STP?
STP is Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, no, I never would have got that one. Clearly, I'm not the rock guy. A little grunge. I knew who Nirvana was.
Dude, if you don't, everybody knows who Nirvana is.
So you're not going to give me credit for that one?
No, you get no credit.
Fine.
We're going to do this. We're going to do a podcast from Houston where I'm going to play music for you.
Oh, it's going to be
And you're going to have to
sad.
you're going to try and name it, and then you're going to tell me whether or not you like it, and we'll listen to it again.
All right, I'll do the same for you for boy bands.
I have no interest.
Okay. Matt Howard wrote in, I call him Mr. Howard because he's a good teacher out here in the capital region. Mr. Howard wrote in, "The Cranberries, dude, 90s all day. That was a 518 jam."
The 90s were I feel like this is how I know I'm getting old. The 90s, my music back in my day was better than yours. There was so much good music going on in the 90s.
There really was. Just me and you were thinking of two different types of music during that decade.
Yeah.
Andrew wrote
I'm right,
in.
you're wrong.
Andrew wrote in, "Just lost some respect for Goz for dissing cat videos. Hashtag right meow."
Right, meow.
Do you remember why I was dissing cat videos?
Yes, because well, I don't remember. No, I don't remember. I know, like, you all of a sudden you're into bum fights. I know
I
that.
said I would watch bum fights way over cat videos. I know.
Which again, though, I don't think you knew what a bum fight was.
Yeah.
Because you thought Kimbo Slice was bum fights.
Well,
when he got to the pro level, then he was a bum.
He was a bum at that point. But my intentions, like, you had a whole background of how the bum fight started. I just wanted to see two people fight who were maybe intoxicated and maybe homeless.
Go to a Patriots game. Oh! What?
Greg wrote in, by the way. I did take a poll at Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ, about what would you rather watch?
Okay, afterwards?
Bum fights or cat videos. What would you rather watch? 68% of our listeners wrote bum fights. Greg wrote in, 32% of the voters are incredibly wrong. A huge fan of bum fights. Hey, Reed wrote this. Levack needs to show up in Adirondack tonight. This is last week when we were at the Adirondack Thunder game, and I was there. Section M, Beer Man. We're going to have a brew for you, Levack. All right, very nice tweet of them.
Yeah.
But then Reed responded back at me and wrote, "Goz bailed on the game in Adirondack. What the hell?"
You were there.
Levack would have been bailed on us. He would have been a drunken principal. I was at the game. I didn't bail on you.
Yeah, you know what it was. You didn't drink with him, though.
I don't know who you are, Reed.
Didn't he give the section?
Yeah, that's a huge section. I was up there working with Keisha and Quentin.
I would have stood at the top of the section with beers.
No, you probably would have.
I would have went.
I got Levack's got beer. He's chugging up like Austin. No, and Reed, we appreciate you being a part of it. But I'm not going to stand like Levack would have in the middle of the section and start waving. Hey, it's Goz. Can I have a beer, please? Like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Well, then you're never going to be Reed's friend.
I'll tell you what listener was awesome to us over the weekend. It was our guy, James from Saratoga. We love James from Saratoga. Brought us sausage at the Bud Light Super Bowl send-off. Morano on Twitter wrote in, "Kodiak cakes are fire with 5 flames." Kodiak cakes. Can I be honest with you? I have no idea what he's talking about.
I believe that is the, he also gave us pancake mix.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think so.
Is Kodiak cakes another word for pancakes?
I think that's a brand. I think it was a brand.
Oh, it's a brand.
I think so.
I had no idea. I feel very, very stupid now.
Yeah, but you've been eating the stuff. Like,
I'm eating the sausage.
You won't even share with anybody.
I'm eating the sausage, man. It's fantastic. Then, Levack, you started to get ripped apart on social media. Let's start with Linda. Linda wrote into you, "Levack, don't quit your day job after that song when you decided to sing Whitney Houston on the air this week."
How dare you?
It wasn't good.
And I will always love you. By the way, I couldn't talk that day, okay?
You killed
the
it.
fact that I belted that out with an upper respiratory infection is pretty impressive. Linda, I hear you covering Whitney Houston.
Chris wrote in, as usual, I'm pulling for Johnny Football, and as usual, Levack is wrong. Hashtag it's lit, and I agree. J.J. Watt's a tool.
Who's this?
Chris.
Chris, you're wrong.
Boom, Chris.
Yeah,
According to Levack, take that.
I don't even know how to argue with you, Chris. You don't make any sense.
Andrew B. wrote in, he wrote to Levack, wow, ha, what a savage. And this was about you blasting females who have small dogs.
Oh, because everybody knows it's true. I've actually had people come up to me since then that I don't know and go, dude, you're totally right. And then you look over your shoulder in the car and there's his girlfriend with a little dog. You know, he knows. He just, you know, they're just always high maintenance. Always high maintenance.
High maintenance girls. Doesn't even matter about looks, whatever it is.
No, because they're usually good looking. Mm-hmm. They're usually very good looking. But I mean, let's be honest, good looking women are high maintenance too. So I mean, you're just adding on. You just the level of chore just gets heavier and heavier.
And this was an interesting one coming in. Actually, a lot of people like this one. Curtis wrote to you, it's taken forever, but I finally agree with Levack.
All right.
The Challenge on MTV is the best show on television.
Was it February 7th, I think the next season starts?
You're a huge fan of The Challenge.
I love The Challenge.
My girlfriend Jordan loves The Challenge. I have friends who are obsessed with the show. It's okay. It's okay.
You know what it is? It's Big Brother with constant challenges and hookups.
So it's reality TV guys and girls who compete
only the
in
best
challenges.
looking.
Uh-huh.
And all they're doing is hooking up and then fighting. It makes me feel so good about my life.
It is a wild show. Like I can't even. I get through like 3 episodes. I'm like, I'm good. Like I've seen kind of the whole season already.
When the first Real World came out in New York, my brother was like, "We're going to shoot a video. You're going. You're going to be on it. You're going." Because I mean, that was when I was in a shape that wasn't round and everything. So I love watching that show and realizing that my life is better off for not getting on.
I had so many college friends like worked so hard. You know what's one of the big keys I think to get in on the Real World? Having a distinguishable name,
or having your parents be related.
Maybe.
Before they got married.
Maybe. But I'm thinking, like, if you have, like, a name, like, one of my roommates' names was Garth. If there was a Garth on the Real World, you would remember a Garth. Jordan's sister's name is Calla Lily, like the flower.
What?
That is her real name. Her first name is Calla. Her middle name is Lily.
She have a little dog?
She does not have a little dog. But her name, like, Calla Lily is a name you would remember.
Yeah, but usually they're like a granola hippie.
She is. I better be careful with that one. I'm not going to respond to that.
So wait, I just love that you've taken the imaginary girlfriend and now you have a full imaginary backstory with crazy named sister.
Well, it's funny, and that was Socially Awkward Media, by the way, at the Jeff Levack, at Tom Goz,